our tripod.
Whoa!
What the? What the?
What was that?
Whoa! Whoa, 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 what the f was that? What the f was that? There was something growling at us over there, dude.
Every genuine Bigfoot encounter starts the exact same way. The wilderness goes dead quiet right before the chaos hits. Imagine your local guide abandoning you in the pitch-black jungle, or suddenly locking eyes with a 10-foot shadow. What is really hunting in the dark? On February 25, 2024, Mo Sargi traveled deep into the remote wetlands of the Dominican Republic with a local guide named Steven. Known for exploring isolated places and strange encounters, Mo soon found himself surrounded by thick jungle, abandoned boats, and unsettling sounds far from civilization. Along the way, Steven talks about local stories involving a large creature that people in the area fear. They pass abandoned structures and an old boat hidden near the shore, adding to the uneasy atmosphere.
My friend and I are about to take this very, very ratchety boat to places unknown to explore and to try and figure out what is haunting this forest. All right. The word is somewhere in the jungle inside of this forest that you can only get to by boat. Apparently there's a whole story and sightings of some type of creature that lives in the forest. Some say it's like the Dominican version of Bigfoot. Some say it's a ghost, and some say it's just an animal. We don't know, but apparently people have been attacked by it. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I didn't see it, but I saw big steps.
You've seen big footprints?
Yes.
Oh, how the heck are we gonna get through this? We just found this like abandoned boat next to this like shack, but you have a story about this?
So there are farmers here, and they believe in black magic. They have crows that protect their farms.
Really?
Like you can steal them. If you steal them, you will have a...
You'll be cursed.
Yeah.
No way, so they've cursed the land here.
As they reach a large, isolated lake, the environment becomes harder to navigate. Thick vegetation blocks the shoreline, and at one point, Mo notices what appears to be a figure standing in the distance near the water.
It's not unheard of to see cows in this area that are split open in half. Nobody knows why, but they found a couple of them. Some say it's aliens, some say it's Bigfoot. Oh yeah, look at that. It looks like there's a person over there. What the hell? Oh my god. Dude, that is terrifying, man. What the f even is that? That is so scary.
After reaching land, they follow a trail leading into the forest. The deeper they walk, the more signs of animal activity they find, including bones and feathers scattered across the ground.
Alright, I think we're getting close to where we're trying to go, which is like a trail that gets us into the boat. Something's hitting our boat from the bottom, and it's not land. Something just rocked our boat. What was that? You felt that?
Of course, man.
Dude, get us to land right now. Get us to land. Let's go. Alright. I almost fell into the water. Literally in the middle of nowhere. This is going to be our campsite right here by the boat, because I think that's probably going to be the smartest idea, is to camp out right in this area. Yo, check it out, fam. Look at this. Feathers everywhere. I mean, it's almost like something just killed. Oh, bones. This whole path is littered with feathers and bones. What the f did that?
Not long after, a loud growling sound comes from the bushes nearby. Steven becomes visibly nervous and insists they stop exploring further.
Alright, so now we're walking the trails that the people that have experienced Bigfoot used to walk back in the past. This is the mountain that we're walking in right now. It just keeps going up and up and up. So as you guys can see, we are literally still in the middle of nowhere. It just keeps going and going. We're going up so many mountains. We just gotta keep looking, I guess. Wait, I heard something like breaking over there. Could be anything. Could be cows. Oh, what the f is that? What the f is that? What is that? What the fuck was that? No, seriously, what the f was that? What does that mean? You want to leave?
Yes. Sure.
Homeboy wants to leave. Like, you need to know I'm a professional idiot. Like, I do this shit all the time. No, what was that though? Seriously. I want to know what that was. It sounded like it... Dude, it sounded like it came from here though. There's no lions in this country, is there?
No.
Alright, so it couldn't have been a lion. That was a really mean growl. Alright, we did all that and came all this way for homie to turn around and walk back the other way.
That night, strange sounds echo across the lake. Around 2:30 in the morning, they hear dogs barking and distant screaming coming from somewhere in the darkness. Later, another loud growl wakes them suddenly near the campsite, increasing the tension between both men.
We're hearing some weird-ass dogs barking. And because there is a body of water here, the village across the lake on the other side, you can hear kids and people screaming. Why are there kids awake at 2:30 in the morning?
I don't know, man.
Like, it makes no sense to me. Whoa! Whoa, what the f was that? There was something growling at us over there, dude. What do you mean vominos, dude? Something was growling at us.
Terrified, Stephen suddenly takes off running into the darkness, leaving Mo alone at the campsite in the middle of the night. For several moments, the only sounds left are the noise of the forest around him. When Stephen finally returns, he is shaken and claims he saw the creature with his own eyes.
Where did homeboy go? No! Where are you going? What do you mean you're scared? Bro, come back here! Sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? What the f, bro? You can't just leave me here! He must be playing a joke. He must be f***ing joking with me. Are you serious? There's no way. There's no way you get that scared. Literally, I was just about falling into a deep sleep. And then all of a sudden, this loud growl came from this area. But look at this, guys. There's caves here. I just found some caves. I can't believe this guy just left me. I'm hearing something behind me and I'm hearing screaming up there. Yo! Where did you go, man? What's wrong? Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Yo, I'm hearing some like movement over. Dude, come get me. Why the f would you leave me like that? What happened? You saw it? Yeah. You saw what? Are you good? Well, you said you saw something?
Saw it.
What did you see?
Something big. It's like Bigfoot.
Okay. You actually saw... Oh, there's something coming. Dude.
Some viewers believe the sounds may have come from a large predator hidden somewhere in the forest, while others focused more on Stephen's reaction and fear throughout the night. But if even the local guide refused to stay there, what was really moving through the darkness around them? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. On January 11th, 2026, the YouTube channel Dead Appalachia explored the Smoky Mountains along the Appalachian Trail near Tennessee and North Carolina, a region long connected to stories about feral people and Bigfoot sightings. But as the sun disappeared behind the mountains, the trip slowly stopped feeling like a simple hike through the woods. The video begins with a discussion about the legend of the feral people said to live deep in the Appalachian Mountains. The narrator also mentions the famous disappearance of Dennis Martin in 1969, a case still connected to strange stories from the region. Over the years, many hikers have also linked these same mountains to reported Bigfoot encounters and unexplained creatures seen near isolated trails.
Now, the most popular potential case is the infamous disappearance of Dennis Martin in 1969. Dennis went camping with his father, his grandfather, and his brothers in the Smoky Mountains. Dennis and his brother wanted to play a little prank on the adults of their troop, so they hid in various areas around the campsite, and so the kids jumped out, laughing and screaming. All of them, except for Dennis. He had gone missing, and the poor boy was never seen again. Now, there are many theories as to what happened to Dennis, but one of the most popular ones is that the feral folk got him. The reason being is that there was another family around the area who was camping, and around the same time that Dennis Martin went missing, they heard a piercing childlike scream, and then saw a hairy, scraggly-looking man sneaking through the bush, carrying on his shoulder what looked like either a sack of flour or a small child, before completely vanishing into the forest.
As he hikes through the mountains near Round Bald and Jane Bald, he discovers an abandoned campsite hidden near the trail. Torn gear, tarps, and camping supplies are scattered around the area. He checks the site for signs of a struggle, but finds nothing clear.
So it looks to be an abandoned tent over here, or something of that sort. Someone up and left their tent. This is one of those really crappy Ozark trail tents. No wonder they left it. Definite fire pit. Some type of rain fly or tarp. Yeah, it's a tarp. And then tent poles here. Do you think somebody was preyed upon by the feral folk and the cannibals just left their stuff here? We can poke around a little bit, make sure there isn't any sign of foul play. Who knows, maybe the feral folk did get them. There's a bunch of shavings over here. There is fuzz. This is probably fire starter that they use. A rubber band. Here's one of their tent stakes. The longer I stay here, the more this is pissing me off. They left in a hurry, obviously, so maybe this is a sign of some type of struggle. I don't know.
Later, while continuing deeper into the trail at night, the sound of coyotes echoes through the forest directly ahead of him. The trail becomes darker and more isolated as temperatures continue dropping.
That, my critters, is a pack of coyotes, and they are directly in the direction that I'm having to go. Oh, I love having to do this for the YouTube. So, right now we are on the second bald. If you keep going up that way, it takes you up to the very tippy top bald. But we are going to go down here on the Appalachian Trail. 3 miles or so this way. It's an AT shelter. That's going to be our stopping point. Oh, God, please no. Please no.
Later, he finds a small cave near the trail and explains how a place like this could easily be used as a shelter by feral people trying to survive deep in the mountains during winter. A loud noise from nearby bushes later causes him to stop and listen carefully before moving again.
What the? Oh, I think it was a squirrel. Let's just hope it's a squirrel.
Not long after, he passes through a strange formation of broken trees called the Witch Doorway. Places like this are often tied to Appalachian folklore, and many stories involving Bigfoot or feral people are said to happen near remote areas locals avoid.
This right here looks like a fae or a witch doorway, you know, kind of a Blair Witch situation where if you pass the threshold, you're stuck there in that pocket forest realm forever.
By the end of the night, he reaches the empty Stan Murray shelter and uses a night vision camera to scan the dark forest surrounding the area before trying to sleep alone in the mountains. Some viewers believe the video was unsettling because nothing was ever fully explained. The sounds, abandoned campsite, and silence of the forest felt more realistic than paranormal. But if someone really was living deep in those mountains, would hikers even know they were there? On November 21st, 2024, the channel Paranormal Discovery posted footage of an overnight investigation in a remote Nova Scotia wilderness the team called the Wendigo Sanctuary. Host Lamar, his partner Chelsea, and their dog Kia returned to the site to find the source of disembodied wailing and chain sounds reported there since the 1980s. The team pushed further down a barely passable dirt road than they ever had before.
You guys like stressed.
She knows.
Are you okay, Kia? Like, was she okay last time?
No, she was not okay last time. We were just about to go into this path right here because that's where we caught that thing on the SLS. She did not want to go up that at all. And we went this way and something attacked my face. It turned out that there was actual scratches on my face. I'm not joking. Something very spiritual is here. And we're gonna find out what that is tonight. So this is what we actually labeled the Wendigo Sanctuary.
Yes,
because
that's right.
the very first time we did come here, I got spiritually attacked. We looked up the symptoms to this Wendigo thing. I don't know, it was a weird moment. So there could be Wendigos out here.
The deeper they went, the more unsettled Kia became. Her tail dropped and she locked her gaze on one section of the tree line, refusing to look away even as the group set up camp.
Kia just finished eating her dinner, but she's been standing like this, staring off directly in front of us.
Yeah, she's off.
Yeah, even like look at her tail, right in between her legs. Are you okay, Kiki? She's been nonstop like watching this area, like while we've been setting up and everything, she's been watching it like a hawk.
Once settled, their spirit box began producing directional outputs. Kia kept refusing to move towards certain parts of the forest, and the group chose to follow her lead.
As we just started rolling, but I had my spirit talker going, and as soon as, just before we press record, it said look out for lights.
We're gonna play off of Kia's instincts. If she does not want to go somewhere, I'm gonna take that as a hint.
As they moved further along the trail, solid objects began flying out of the tree line toward the group. Kia, who had held herself together until that point, suddenly bolted. The group ran after her.
Whoa! What the?
What the?
That seemed to be like that's like 3 times in a row in a forest, something has ended up beside us.
I know. Like what is that noise though? Like how
It sounded
is that
like
just them being like...
It sounded like a stone again.
Whoa!
Whoa!
What?
Get the f over! Something is in here.
Kia, come, Kia.
Charles, what is getting thrown at us?
I don't know.
Or something is moving. Jesus Christ! Whoa!
What
Jesus
is
Christ!
happening?
Okay, move down the path. Move down the path.
Kia, go.
Kia's running.
Yeah, Kia's running.
Charles,
Kia,
something
slow
is behind us.
Kia, stop running, hun.
At the same location, Lamar noticed a figure standing motionless between a group of white birch trees. He estimated it at 10 to 11 feet tall. No one else saw it in that moment, but no one challenged him on it.
Paul, did I just see like something like big?
Seriously?
Like, I was like 10, 11 feet tall standing by a tree. For like a second, I just saw like a really tall being.
Where though? Like in between these
Right
trees
there.
here?
No, it's like right in between those white trees. That could have been anything. That could have been something spiritual. That could have actually been like a...
The group pushed on. Then a heavy tripod was slammed to the ground by something no one could see. The force behind it was enough to stop everyone in their tracks.
What was that? Our tripod. That seemed to be like thrown.
Yeah, I know.
That did not just drop. That was thrown. Something was up with that one. That did not just fall. That was like slammed.
Seconds later, Lamar said he felt completely paralyzed. While unable to move, he saw 2 amber-yellow glowing circles directly in front of his face. He said nothing until the group was back inside their vehicle.
You excuse me, you what?
It just felt like I got paralyzed for a second there.
Seriously?
Yeah. When I got paralyzed, there was 2 glowing circles right here.
What color?
Fuck was that?
What color?
Amber yellow.
Get in the car.
What?
Get in the car.
Why?
Just get in the car. We can talk about it in the car. We can come back out.
My eyes are tearing right now.
We can come back out, but let's just get in the car for a bit.
What is going on?
Okay, so you said you felt paralyzed?
Yeah, like I didn't mention it. Like I did mention it, but I didn't say it in the moment because I just felt like it's just like on my life. Literally, it was circles, but it looked like close-up eyes. Like I'm literally shaking right now.
What you experienced is signs of the dog man present. A lot of people have said that they have amber glowing eyes, and then you said you felt paralyzed, which is also another thing that people have said.
You said
that happens when the dog man is present.
The dog reacted before anything visible appeared, and the physical escalation followed a clear sequence. What do you think triggered each stage of what happened that night? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.